We are. Okay. So should we start?
Yes, sir.
A very good evening to everybody. We are on Exam Pe Charcha, episode number 41, and we have Payal with us, who scored a brilliant score of an overall 8 bands. So let's talk to Payal without wasting much of time. Payal, over to you. Tell our audience about yourself.
So, as you all have come to know, my name is Payal. Currently, I am pursuing BBA at Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar. I appeared for my IELTS academic exam on 3rd of February 2024, and overall experience was really nice, and I really scored up to my expectations.
That's lovely. That's absolutely great. So let's see your overall exam. What was it? The exam was on 3rd of February 2024, IELTS academic, and your name is Payal. And the result of Payal is this: 3rd February 2024, listening 8.5, reading 8, writing 7.5, speaking 7, overall 8. And that's the result card of Payal, which is absolutely beautiful. Payal, do you know the beauty of your result? The beauty of the result is that you've got a magical score, which is 7 each. I think you know that, right?
Yes, sir.
Apart from that, in case you're applying for immigration to Canada, your case is also cleared for that because you scored 8.5 in listening and we require 8 there. So this is called as a CLB level minimum 9 CLB level. That is absolutely great. So I believe that for this kind of a CLB level, people would die to get this kind of a score.
Yes,
Congratulations
it
to
is
you.
all because of you.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm being humbled. Okay, so let's start. Let's start your presentation and what you did in the exam. Let the people know. Your face-to-face speaking was 13 to 14 minutes. And introduction, you said it was moderate. While that is
Yes.
very surprising that introduction can be moderate. So can you elaborate on this? How was it moderate?
So, to begin with, I was firstly asked that where do I reside? And I was quite confident. I said, yes, I do reside in a city. Then she moved on towards noise and asked me, how do you feel when you have noise around? I said, I really get agitated and irritated. Then she decided to make me nervous and she interlinked both the questions. You said that you do not like noise, but why do you live in a city then? I said,
Then this
because
is
of the
noisy.
facilities. Yes, I
Oh
said
my
because of the
God.
facilities.
So
That is
basically, she was not asking the questions from the paper. She was
no.
making up these questions. That's brilliant. That's actually brilliant. So I guess
Yes,
our audience should be prepared for this kind of a thing that please do not, memorize things. Improve your English, which is more important.
yes, sir.
Okay. So let's see the part two. Part two was a cue card. So explain us about the cue card.
So it was describe a time when you did something very rapidly. Actually, I didn't do this kind of cue card ahead. So I had to do it instantaneously. I said that I was preparing for my parents' anniversary when the tables turned, and I came to know that I do have an exam the next month. So I balanced both these things and did that both these things really rapidly. So I balanced between these things and got the excellent output from both.
Right. So it was all decided beforehand, or you had to make it there at that point of time.
Actually, I did a cue card like this when I was in the center. It was like you manage two things at a time. So I just made that cue card into this very cue card. So I didn't have to do everything at that time, but yes, I do had to improvise.
Okay, there's something ahead of a camera. Oh, I think a finger was there. So the camera wasn't clear. Yeah. So let's go ahead now and see the discussion. The discussion part was 8 to 10 questions. It was moderate and it was increasing pace of life with plenty of cross questioning.
Yes.
So tell us about it.
Okay, so firstly, she asked me that how do you feel about the increasing pace of life? I told her that yes, it is really necessary that nowadays people are increasing their speed of doing everything. And then I spoke that children are nowadays learning very rapidly and fastly. She decided again to make me nervous and she said, do you think yes, the children do something very rapidly? How do they learn so rapidly? Can you tell me? So I was quite nervous, but I mustered up the courage and said, because of audio visual aids. Then she nodded her head and she said, why? Then I came up with a lot of ideas and then she was satisfied.
But you're very lucky that you came up with ideas. Mostly people freeze at that point of time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, your overall speaking was easy to moderate.
Yes, sir.
And if I talk about your writing, you completed that in 55 minutes and you got a map and you got this beautiful question, which is very relevant in today's time. So explain us about your writing.
So, first of all, I would really like to thank my in charge, Miss Simrat, because the day prior to my exam, she told me that nowadays time-based map of essay are really more relevant. So, I prepared for that one day before only. And talking about the task too, I had done a similar sort of task when I was at the center. So, all the ideas were fresh, and I just had to jot out all the points on the paper.
Right. So it was quite easy.
Yes.
So which was your campus?
Again, pardon, sir.
Which campus are you from of Weber's?
I am from UT Market, Kabir
That is
Park.
Kabir Park branch.
Yes.
All right. So people helped you there?
Yes, I was really helped by Simrat ma'am, and the speaking teachers were also very patient. And I
Yeah.
also had a master class with you, so that was really very helpful.
So that master class of speaking was there with you.
Yes. And I
Yeah.
had a session with you as well on Zoom.
Yeah, I remember. I remember now. And I remember the kind of, nervousness I gave to you people and how to counter that nervousness.
Yes, it was really helpful,
That
to be
helps. That really
honest.
helps. That really helps. That is really great, Payal. Okay, Payal, otherwise, what do you do?
I am doing BBA and I really want to be an entrepreneur. For that purpose, I have done IELTS because it is a part of personality building only.
It is, undoubtedly. So you don't want to go abroad?
I didn't think so ahead, but now I am being advised by people that you have got a 777-8, so you should go to
I
Australia. Or
agree. I agree. I agree. Because you are going to get the PR also. So once you get the PR of abroad, then you come back to India and start your business.
yes.
That's a great idea. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about your listening now. So this is your listening, part one, part two, part three, and part four. And it was overall pretty easy. So keep on elaborating what happened.
So I remember that first part was regarding London services, and it was really easy and slow. Everything was spelled. Every difficult word regarding any name or anything was properly spelled. So I didn't have to worry about it at all. The second part was alphabet based questions, and it was really easy and slow again. The third part was quite tricky because the pace was quite fast. So I had to recapitulate and make and interpret everything with a great speed. And I also did some of my own improvisation in my answers that I wasn't able to hear. And coming to the fourth part, it was again very easy and one word blanks only.
Payal, the way you are speaking right now and the way you are adding vocabulary and these beautiful words, I'm loving your speaking. Absolutely great. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Let's go to our next part, that is reading, and see what is happening in reading. You took 55 minutes for reading. So in the last 5 minutes, what were you doing?
Actually, the last 5 minutes, when I jotted down all my answers, I checked that again, and then
Um,
I was just being familiar with the surroundings, and I was just watching that when the time will be over and I'll be just free.
okay. So did anybody ask you any answer?
No, nobody asked me any answer.
So there was no cheating at all.
No, I didn't find. Actually, I had an experience. I saw a girl. She was sitting beside me, and I think she skipped one of her answers while writing the answers of reading. And on the last minute, she was rubbing her answers and writing that again. So I would like to advise everybody that do check your answers and complete your reading 5 minutes prior only.
Absolutely. And this is a very secure exam. IELTS is a very secure and a very beautiful exam, which actually tests your English.
Yes.
Otherwise, most of the examinations do not test English. They just test your other skills apart from English. So this is an
Yes,
exam which really tests you. Okay.
absolutely.
So let's proceed further to reading. In reading, you had true, false, not given, and blanks, which was pretty easy. Part two was summary blanks with headings and multiple choice questions. That was also easy. And the last part was true, false, not given, multiple matching information, multiple choice questions, which was moderate. And overall reading was easy to moderate. I want you to elaborate on this.
Okay, so first passage was regarding Hunter's Leap.
Hmm.
I believe that it was really easy coming to the fill in the blanks. Everything was in sequence only. I didn't have to go up and down and check everywhere. True, false were also relevant and easy. The first two answers were true. I
Hmm.
remember that. So
Mm.
there was no not given on the first answer only. So I didn't have to
Okay.
worry at all.
All
Yeah,
right.
coming to the second passage, again, it was easy. Everything was in a sequence. But the
Yeah.
third passage was really quite moderate, or I may call it tricky. The
Yeah.
questions that were 36 to 40, I'll tell you my personal experience. Actually, there were 10 minutes left, and I thought I am done with my exams. I started writing my answers, and I came to know that on the back side there was 4 questions left, and within the yeah, so I had to find the answers of those 4 questions really rapidly. So maybe for that reason I found those tricky, but I feel that yes, the last part was moderate.
Last part was moderate. That's interesting that you found them. Otherwise, you would have submitted the paper without seeing them only.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Okay, it was a total pleasure talking to you, Payal. Wishing you all the best for your future endeavors and all the
Thank you.
best. Bye bye.
Thank